So far we are dealing with the polynomial chapter. So far we learnt dividing the polynomials and the remainder theorem. So let us recall once again remainder theorem. The remainder theorem is, you know, that the p of x is a polynomial of a degree greater than or equal to 1. When p of x is divided by x minus a, the remainder is p of a. When it is divided by x plus a, remainder is p of minus a. When divided by x minus 2, the remainder is p of 2. When it is divided by x plus 2, remainder is p of minus 2. If you get the remainder 0, it is a 0. If you get remainder 0, it is a factor. It is a factor. It is a factor means it is perfectly divisible. Okay, when we can say that it is a factor, when x plus 2 is a factor, x plus 2 equal to 0, x equal to minus 2, p of minus 2, x replaced by minus 2 in the given polynomial. You should get remainder 0. If you get the remainder 0, it is a factor. It is perfectly divisible. So if you don't get remainder 0, it is not a factor, it is not divisible. Okay. So when you get the remainder 0, it is perfectly divisible or it is a factor. If you don't get remainder 0, it is not a factor, it doesn't divisible perfectly. So I hope you clearly understand. Now today's factorizing a polynomial means factor theorem. Factorizing a polynomial. Factorizing a polynomial. Factorizing a polynomial. How to factorize the polynomial? Before factorizing a polynomial. For example, x square minus 2x plus. This is what polynomial? Second degree polynomial. This is quadratic polynomial. What polynomial it is? Quadratic polynomial. How to factorize this? How to factorize this? This is what polynomial? Quadratic. Why it is quadratic polynomial? Its degree is 2. What is general form of quadratic polynomial? Ax square. The general form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. A is not equal to 0. This is quadratic polynomial. How to factorize this? I hope you learned how to factorize the polynomial in the 8th class. Once again I will explain how to factorize this. This is a quadratic polynomial. Since its degree is 2, it is quadratic. How to factorize this? Now multiply the second degree coefficient. What is the second degree coefficient? The second degree coefficient is 1 here. Multiply second degree coefficient and last term. Last term is 3. 3 1 like this. We got 3. Splitting the middle term. Factorizing the quadratic polynomial means splitting the middle term. Middle term is what? Minus 2x. Minus 2x, write sum of two terms. Minus x, minus 2x, minus 2x, minus x, minus x, write out like that. So anyhow, splitting the middle term. How to split the middle term? By factorizing. In that process, first step is you have to multiply second degree coefficient. Second degree is what? X square. X square coefficient is how much here? Nothing means nothing is there. You should consider as 1. 1 into last term. 1 3. This 3 split into factors. 3 1 3. 3 factors, 3 into 1. 3 into 1 only. 3 1 3. Now in this, after splitting this into 2 terms, 3 can be split into 3 1 3 only. First multiply second degree coefficient and last term. 1 into 3, 3 product. 3 again split into 3 1 3. Now you allot the signs. The middle term sign, whatever it may be, it should be allotted to the greater factor. The middle term sign, whether it is plus or minus, it should be allotted to the greater factor. Which is greater here? 3 or 1? 3 is greater factor. You should allot the middle term sign, whatever it may be, that should be allotted to bigger, larger factor. Larger factor is 3. For 3, what sign you have to allot? Middle term. Middle term sign is what? Minus. This minus should be allotted to the greater factor. Now, what about 1? So, we have allotted a sign to the greater factor. What about 1? Smaller factor. For the smaller factor also, we have to allot the sign. How can you allot? See the constant. Constant is what? Positive. If the constant is positive, give the same sign. Allot the same sign that of the greater factor. Whatever sign is allotted to a greater factor, same sign allotted to the smaller one also. When it is applicable, when the constant is positive. When the constant is positive, whatever sign is allotted to the greater, same sign allotted to the smaller one. If the greater sign is minus, this is also minus. If it is plus, this is also plus. When the constant sign is plus. If the constant sign is negative, what we will do? Give the opposite sign. If the constant sign is negative, give the opposite sign of the greater factor. If the greater factor is minus, this will be plus. If it is plus, it is minus. When the constant is negative. When the constant is negative, allot the opposite signs. Opposite signs. If the constant is what here? Plus. That is why whatever sign is allotted to the greater factor, for this also allot the same sign. Now what we will do? X square instead of minus 2x, right? Constant sign is, so it is not suitable. Minus 3, minus 1, minus 4. But we should get minus 2. So you clear write here minus 3. I change the problem because it is not suitable. So how to factorize this? First multiply second degree coefficient and last step 1 to the 3. 3 split into factors. 3, 1 and 3. Allot the signs. Middle term sign should be allotted to the greater factor. Middle term sign is minus. Here constant is what? Here minus. If the constant is minus, allot the opposite sign. Constant is what? Negative here. Minus. Minus means negative. When the constant is negative, allot the opposite sign. Allot the opposite sign. So minus the opposite what? Plus. Now write x square instead of minus 2x, write down minus 3x plus 1x. X means 1x minus 3. So if you simplify, minus 3x plus x minus 2x. Now take comma. Here x, here x. Two terms. Take a pair of terms. Here x present, here x present. X take comma. Which is present in a both, that you take comma. X comma. X how many times does go x? X times. Here sign is minus. X already written outside. What type? Now first time you take the variable. Variable is present in a both, that is why we took the common x. Now here x is there. Here no x. Here no x. Which is in the both, that only take common. So x you cannot take common. Why you want to take common x? Means it is not present in the both. You take numerical coefficient 1 will go. Here nothing means 1. Here 1 is there. There is a 1 and 3. There is a 1 and 3. 1 take common. When you 1 take common, here remains x minus 1. How many times does go in 3? 3 times. So now take common. Which is present x minus 3 here and here. X minus 3 present in the both the terms. So x minus 3 common. When take x minus 3 common, what left here? X. When you take x minus 3 common here, what left here? Plus. So this is factorization of x squared minus 2x minus 3. The factors of x squared minus 2x minus 3 what? X minus 3 and x plus 1. These are the factors of x squared minus 2x minus 3. I tell you one problem, one more problem here. Now you can understand better. Clearly you can understand. I explain one more problem through an example. Factorize 3x square plus 11x plus 6. I already told you the rules in the factorization. First, you have to multiply second degree coefficient. Second degree coefficient how much? 3. Last term 6. 3 6 are 18. 3 6 are 8. So 18 is split into factors. Split into factors. I split 3 into 6 only. 3 into 6. Some of them must be middle term. Some of them middle term coefficient how much? 11. Middle term coefficient how much? 11. 3 plus 6, 9. Not getting 11. 6 minus 3, 3. Not getting 11. So when you split, first multiply second degree coefficient and last time this is the 18. 18 split into factors. 18 factors are 3 into 6. So when you split 18 as 3 into 6, some of them must be middle term. Some of them 3 plus 6, 9, but not getting middle term. You should get middle term 11. By adding or subtracting, you should get middle term 11. When you split 18 as 3 into 6, some of them should be 11. 3 plus 6, 9, not 11. 6 minus 3, 3, not 11. So these are not suitable. These are not suitable. Go for another one. Go for another. 8 is split into 9 into 2. 9 into 2, 9 2 is 18, 9 2 is 18, 9 plus 2 11, it is suitable. 9 into 2 18, 9 plus 2 11, it is suitable. Now allot the signs. Middle term sign always allotted to the greater factor. Middle term sign is plus allotted to this. Now what about constant? What about the smaller factor? For smaller factor also we should allot the sign. Middle term sign should be allotted to the greater factor. Always, whether it is plus or minus, it should be allotted to the greater factor. Okay, we have allotted. Now what about the smaller factor sign? See the constant. Constant is what? Positive. When the constant is positive, same sign allotted. Same sign allotted. In case of constant is negative, then opposite sign. This opposite what? Minus. When you allot the opposite sign, when the constant is negative, then allot the opposite sign of the greater factor. Opposite sign of greater factor sign is plus. Opposite sign what? You should allot minus. When it is minus, it is not minus. This is plus. When the constant sign is plus, allot the same sign. When you allot the same sign, when the constant is plus, last sign is plus, whatever sign is given to the greater factor, for smaller factor also same sign allotted. This is way of allotting the sign. Now 3x square instead of 11x, right? Plus 9x plus 2x plus 6. 9x has to be 11 like this. Now with multiple, 3 is the 3 table will go. 3 1 is 3 3. Now take x also, very good. X here and x here. 3x down. 3x in x square goes 3x square goes x times. 3x in 9x goes 3 times. 3x into 9x. Now 2 common. X plus 2 how many times does go into 3 times. Now x plus 3 common. Here x plus 3, here x plus 3. Like this. Now when you take x plus 3 common, left here 3x. Here left what? So like this, factorize. The factors of 3x square plus 11x plus 6 are x plus 3 and 3x plus 2. So this is factorizing the polynomial. We can factorize anything, any quadratic polynomial, splitting the middle term. Splitting the middle term. Now we go for factor theorem now. Factor theorem. What is factor theorem? Factor theorem. Remainder theorem, factor theorem is the same. Factor theorem. Factor theorem. Factor theorem is if P of x is if P of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to polynomial of degree greater than equal to 1. If P of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 and A is any real number, then if P of x is a polynomial of degree n, suppose n degree, n means n should be, if it is 5 is greater than 1, or n should be 1 also, greater than or equal to 1, degree means highest power should be n should be greater than or equal, it should be greater than 1, if we take 5 is greater than 1 only, if we take 6 is greater than 1. So degree of polynomial of degree n should be greater than or equal to 1. A is any real number. Then here the polynomial of degree n is greater than or equal to 1 and a is any real number. Then x minus a is a factor of p of x. When x minus a is a factor of p of x, the remainder is 0. The p of a is 0, x minus a is factor. If p of 2 is 0, x minus 2 is a factor. If P of 3 is a 0, x minus 3 is a factor. If P of minus 3 equal to 0, x plus 3 is a factor. If P of minus 4 equal to 0, x plus 4 is a factor. If P of minus 5 equal to 0, P of minus 5 equal to 0, x plus 5 is a factor. If P of 5 equal to 0, x minus 5 is a factor. If P of b is a 0, x minus b is a factor. If P of minus b equal to 0, x plus b is a factor like this. the remainder is given, you can say the factor. If P of A equals 0, if P of A equals 0 means x minus A is a factor. If P of minus A equals 0 means x plus A is a factor. So, P of minus 2 equals 0. What is the factor? X plus 2 is the factor. The P of minus 2 equals 0. The remainder is P of minus 2 equals 0. X plus 2 is the factor. If P of minus 5 equals 0, x plus 5 is a factor, like this. That is why here what we can generalize now. The main standard form is x, when we can say that x minus a is a factor. X minus a is a factor of P of x if P of a equal to 0. Conversely, and its converse, if converse means converse means reverse. If this will come last will come the first. That is converse. If x minus a is a factor of P of x, factor of the polynomial P of x, then P of a equal to 0. If x minus a is a factor of P of x, then P of a equal to 0. P of a equal to 0. This is a factor theorem. Factor is given, you can say the remainder. The remainder is given, you can say the factor. If P of a equal to 0, x minus a is the factor. If x minus a is the factor, P of a equal to 0. This is called a factor theorem. So in the factor theorem, we have two conditions here. Without factorizing, without imagination, how can you say? How can you say that? For example, let P of x is equal, this is third degree polynomial, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. A is not equal to 0 and x minus 1 is a factor. X minus 1 is a factor of P of x. That is, x minus 1 is a factor, remainder is what? P of 1. P of 1 equal to 0. How can you see? This is a cubic polynomial, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, P of x. What we are saying, x minus 1 is a factor. When x minus 1 is a factor of P of x, when I told you that x minus 1 is a factor means x minus 1 equal to 0, x equal to 1. P of 1 should be 0. When you replace x replaced by 1, we should get the remainder 0. Then only x minus 1 is a factor. X minus 1 is a factor of P of x means P of 1 equal to 0. X plus 1 is a factor means P of minus 1 equal to 0. X minus 2 is a factor of P of x means P of 2 equal to 0. X plus 2 is a factor means P of minus 2 equal to 0. How can you say that? How can you say x minus 1 is a factor? Directly, how can you say? The condition is here implies a plus b plus c plus d equal to 0. What are a, b, c, d here? A, b, c, d are the coefficients. A, b, c, d are the coefficient. A is the coefficient of x cube. B is the coefficient of x square. C is the coefficient of first degree. D is the constant. If the sum of the coefficients is 0, we can say x minus 1 is a factor. Directly we can say. When we can say x minus 1 is a factor? When x minus 1 is a factor of given polynomial, sum of the coefficients must be 0. In this, x cube coefficient is what? A. X cube is the odd power. Odd power. And b is the even power. Y even power 2 is the even. And x is the even power, x power 1. The coefficients are odd power. See. D is even power. All constants are even powers. Here odd powers are there, even powers are there. The coefficients of odd powers are A and C. The coefficients of even powers are B and D. All constants are considered as even powers only. All constant terms are coefficients of even powers. Odd powers are A and C. Even powers B and D. Sum of the all odd powers and even powers. All coefficients. Sum of all coefficients is 0. Then x minus 1 is the factor. X minus 1 is the factor. Example. Check whether x minus 1 is a factor of 3x cube minus 3x square plus 4x minus 4. See whether x minus 1 is factor of this. Check whether x minus 1 is a factor of p of x is equal 3x cube minus 3x square plus 4x minus 4. So in order to check, in order to prove x minus 1 is factor of p of x, how can you prove? Sum of the coefficients. Sum of the coefficients. Sum of the coefficients. X cube coefficient how much? 3. X square coefficient minus 3. X coefficient 4. And constant and minus 4. Add all these. 3 minus 3, 4 minus 4, 0. If the sum of the coefficients is 0, then x minus 1 is the factor. X minus 1 is the factor of 3x cube minus 3x square plus 4x minus 4. How can you say that x minus 1 is the factor of this given polynomial? Sum of the coefficients you got 0. Sum of the coefficients, x cube coefficient 3, x square coefficient minus 3, x coefficient 4, and constant is minus 4. All those we simplify, we got 0. If the sum of the coefficients is 0, x minus 1 is the factor. X minus 1 is the factor. Directly we can say. Now, when x plus 1 is the factor? X plus 1. Second, x plus 1 is a factor of p of x. P of minus 1 equal to 0. Here, sum of the odd powers of x. Sum of the coefficients of even powers. Even power terms. Even power terms is equal to sum of the coefficients of odd power terms. That is, sum of the coefficients of even power terms equal to sum of the coefficients of odd power terms. Sum of the coefficients of odd power terms should be equal to sum of the coefficients of even power terms. Sum of the coefficients of even power terms. Even powers. What are the even powers here? Even power. 2 is a even. Constant is even. 2 b plus constant d. b plus d is equal to sum of the coefficients of odd powers. Odd powers what? X cube is odd. A. And x power 1 is the odd. Like this. Sum of the coefficients of even power terms should be equal to sum of the coefficients of odd power terms are equal, then x plus 1 is the factor. Example. So check whether x plus 1 is a factor of 3x cube minus 4x square plus 4x minus 4x square b plus d should be equal to a plus c. B plus d equal to a plus c. B plus d means even. A plus c means odd powers. B plus d. B is the coefficient of even powers, b and d. So to give like that, an example. Check factor of p of x is equal to 3x cube of p of x is equal to 3x cube 4x square plus 2x plus 1. Check whether x plus 1 is a factor of p of x equal to 3x cube plus 4x square plus 2x plus 1. So when x plus 1 is a factor, sum of the coefficients of even powers. Coefficients of even powers. Coefficients of even power terms. Even power terms means even power is x square is even power. 1 is even power. 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Some coefficients of odd power terms. Odd powers. 3 is the odd power. 1 is the odd power. Odd power coefficient is 3. Here odd power coefficient is 2. 3 plus 2, 5. Both are equal. 5 equal to 5. Sum of the coefficients of even power terms equal to sum of the coefficients of odd power terms. That is b plus d equal to a plus c. b plus d, b and d. b and d are the even power terms. A and c are the odd power terms. The coefficients of even power terms 4 plus 1. All constants considered as even. 4 plus 1, 5. Odd power terms 3. Odd. Cube is the odd. 1 is the odd. Its coefficient is 3. Its coefficient is 2. 3 plus 2, 5. Both are equal. If the sum of the coefficients of even power terms equal to sum of the coefficients of odd power terms, then x plus 1 is the factor. X plus 1 is the factor. This is the what? Factor theorem. The sum of the coefficients is 0. X minus 1 is the factor. If the sum of the coefficients of even power terms equal to sum of the coefficients of odd power terms, x plus 1 is the factor. So, children, I hope you understood this factor theorem. Your assignment is do exercise 2.4. Exercise 2.4. Exercise 2.4. When it is a factor? When x plus 1 is a factor? The x plus 1 is a factor. Remainder is what? P of minus 1. If x plus 2 is a factor, P of minus 2 equal to 0. X minus 3 is a factor, P of 3 equal to 0. So, like that you can verify. You complete exercise 2.4. Okay? Thank you.